If God was in control of everything, if God was doing all of this, this was all just part of God's plan, that meant that God caused multiple people to sin in order to get here. Let's go back. Joseph tells his brothers what he did, and what do? They attack him. They attack him and literally sell him off into slavery. That's awful. I don't care what Joseph said. That's awful. That is sin. And God didn't lead anyone to do that. But if we're unclear about how we say this cliche, that's how it comes across. The reason Joseph ends up in jail in order to start this whole dream thing is because Potiphar's wife tries to force herself on Joseph. And when he refuses, she lies about him actually attacking her instead. That's awful. That is sin. And God did not make her do that. And let's not absolve Joseph. How he treats his brothers when they show up in Egypt, he lies to them. He sets them up. And yeah, it all turns out okay, like a good Hallmark movie or something. But Joseph is far from perfect. He makes a lot of mistakes that are awful, that are sinful. And again, depending on how we say that well-intentioned phrase, that God was in control of all this was all just part of God's plan, well, it sure sounds like, well, part of God's plan was for these people to do awful, horrible, sinful things. And people outside of the church, that's what they're hearing. That's how they're hearing us. Wait, God wanted Joseph to be falsely accused and thrown in jail? God told Joseph to lie to his brothers? That doesn't make much sense. No, it doesn't. And all of these things